Hi, it's Freyja from Apiwraps, and I'm coming to you with another cup of tea and a chat, this time about our packaging. So packaging is one of those things, it's necessary, and so we've been very conscious about how we package our product. It's going to go on people's food, and so we have always had packaging that is completely sealed up, and like retailers can have it on the shelf and it's not going to have people touching it and making it unhygienic. You know, that's, at the end of the day, I can't imagine like wanting to use that on my cheese when it's been handled in a shop by shoppers. So we've always had really great envelopes, and in the early days when I was doing smaller quantities of each design, it was really important for us to have this window, and I looked at so many different possibilities of what we could use in that window, whether it was a cellophane or whether it was something bioplastics or otherwise. And what I kept coming up against time and time again was that so many of the plastic alternatives are greenwashed and not actually something that I wanted to support. They often have a lot of runoff into waterways in their production, and they are using polymers that are made chemically out of a vegetable such. Yes, it's out of a vegetable source. Just like plastic is from a natural source, which is oil pumped out of the ground, and then treated with chemical agents that are causing huge environmental issues. So what I ended up going with was a very easy to trace 100% recycled content PET, which is water bottles, and it's sourced in Asia, where there is a massive problem with waste water bottles. And so if there is value and market value for those water bottles being recycled, then that is contributing to at least some kind of a solution in the short term. That's what I chose in the end, and it can be removed in order to recycle the paper packaging, which is 100% recycled content paper. And then from there. Now, I have had questions raised on whether that is actually 100% recycled content paper. It is really nice and smooth, and I can only trust what the supplier says. So that was from a supplier in Asia, and has always been something that I want to improve upon. So we started doing some larger quantities, and we upgraded from plastic window to printed on designs, which is great because printed on designs are going to give us no plastic. The whole thing can be thrown in the recycling. Paper is really easy to recycle, unlike other products like plastic. And so that was a great step for us. Still made in Asia though, because it's just so much more affordable. Our minimums are so much smaller, and we could commit to that. The next step, so this was our big step in 2022. We found a supplier in Australia who was able to make our packaging for us. And here's the killer. Look at this. The shine and the smoothness of that paper is what calls into question whether it is 100% recycled or not. This one, so our Australian supplier wanted to give us one that was 100% recycled paper made in the US and shipped to Australia to be made into our packaging. That is basically what almost all of your eco-friendly packaging is made out of here in Australia. It's called buffalo board, and it is made in America. You can look it up. It's made by it's owned by Reflex. It's one of the biggest, Bull and Doggett buffalo board. So that's made in US, shipped to Australia. The one that I ended up going with is also by Bull and Doggett, but it is Enviro board. This Enviro board is 100% recycled paper. It is made in Australia. It's a little more expensive, but it's worth it, right? we're not transporting paper pulp across the Pacific Ocean. It's like we've got plenty of paper here. I don't know why that's happening. So that is what we use now. And, you know, the evolution of that, step by step, we've been able to make it that much more in alignment with our values. And those values are not wasteful practices, not wasteful transportation of goods, and using recyclable and recycled content for what we need to offer our customers the solutions that we're making. So I want to also raise attention to this one. So this is our subscription envelope. And when we send out our subscription envelope, this is actually a 100% recycled content paper made by a little company in Sydney who's been doing this for years and years and years. And they contract with Visi, which is one of Australia's biggest paper mills, to make this 100% recycled content paper that they use to make envelopes and A4 printer paper and all sorts of things. They're called Ecofriendly. Michael is the owner of Ecofriendly. It's a small business. He is the most passionate person I have ever met when it comes to paper. Paper is his thing, and he's so excited about it. So Ecofriendly, they make our printer paper. So we send out these ones in a recycled paper envelope, recycled paper newsletter, and inside you get your Apiwrap for the month. So this is February 2023, and this is what we're sending out. It is a gorgeous Summer Svensson print. She is the most clever artist. I love this stuff. It's so clever and bright and cheerful and fun, and I'm really excited that we're sending this out this month. So the packaging on that's what we're aiming for. 2 little pieces of paper. No retail packaging. No, none of this stuff. It's just direct to our subscribers. I hope that helps you understand what we're doing with our packaging and our values and our ideals, and the way that we are continuing to iterate and improve even then. That's the way we want to go. Thanks.